What percentage of college freshmen do you think drop out of school every year? 10%? 20%? Try 30%. That's right, almost 1/3 of college freshmen call it quits after their first year. Now, what percentage of community college students do you think drop out before getting a 2-year degree? 43%. That's almost half the students that won't finish a 2-year degree at the easiest institutions with the lowest prices in America. And all the while, Harvard has a 98% graduation rate. You see, it's not the price or how difficult it is. It's how hard a person is willing to work. It's how badly the person wants it. It's about the individual students themselves. By the time I graduated high school, it was drummed into my head that if you want a good job, you have to go to college. And while it's true that you need a college degree to get some good jobs, a lot of degrees are pretty much useless. And I know that firsthand, because I have a degree in communications and I make videos for YouTube in my garage. Young people are pushed to go to college even if they don't know what they want to study. And even worse than that, schools offer degrees in subjects that have no real earning potential, just to get more people to attend. It doesn't matter if the average sociology major makes less than $50,000 per year, they'll let an 18-year-old who's never held a job, never had to pay for anything on his own, take out a loan for twice his expected future annual wage just to pay for his virtually worthless degree. And now you want to make college free so that we, the taxpayers, can pay for this kid's worthless degree? I don't think so. Because it comes down to the individual, free college tuition for all won't have the effect that its proponents think it will have. They always point to Germany as the example, but more of our high school graduates are already going to college than theirs are. They have lower but similar dropout rates, and because they spend significantly less per student, their class sizes are much bigger. That doesn't sound like the direction we want to go. Now, don't get me wrong, our system is failing young people, but taxpayers picking up the tab for that failing system isn't the answer. Government involvement is actually why the system is so bad. Too many young people look at higher education as something that they're supposed to do, like taking out the trash or cleaning their room. Do you remember how badly you cleaned your room when your mother said it had to be cleaned before you could go outside and play? It's kind of like that. Many are not giving a good effort because they're just not that interested. So because the government will give virtually every high school graduate a loan to get a higher education, colleges are offering degrees in almost anything to get that money. In an attempt to recruit and retain those students who don't really want to go, colleges provide majors in subjects that the uninterested may find interesting, even though degrees in those subjects don't have any real-world value. But there's more. The price of college is skyrocketing while the value of having a degree in many majors is plummeting. And what does the federal government do? They guarantee bigger and bigger loans to cover those rising costs, without taking into consideration that the value of so many degrees offered aren't worth the price of the graduation party their parents will throw for their underachieving son who actually graduated in 6 years and is now moving into their basement where he'll live rent-free until his music career takes off. You see, because the government guarantees money will be there, colleges will do what it takes to get that money. That means raising the price. That means hiring less high-paid professors and more low-paid instructors. That means offering degrees in subjects that have no real-world value. And making college tuition-free will just exacerbate these problems. Did you know that 40% of college graduates end up getting a job that doesn't require a college degree? And only 27% of graduates get a job that's closely related to their field of study. Add in the high dropout rates, and it looks to me that trying to get more people into college isn't the answer, unless the real goal is to push an ideology and not actually preparing our youth for the future. When I took out my student loans, I didn't understand how much of a burden they would be. I was naive enough to believe that I would get a good, high-paying job because I had a degree in something. And if I would have had to work or pay out of pocket to attend college, I would have thought twice about why I was going and what I was trying to accomplish. Instead, I went because that's what I was supposed to do. Plus, college is where you find college girls, and that was definitely a factor. I'm afraid that many of these institutions aren't about helping our young adults have prosperous futures. They're just in it for their own prosperity. And as long as the government either guarantees the money through loans or tax dollars, nothing is going to change. And our higher educational system will continue to chase the money while they focus on pushing their ideology onto the next generation instead of preparing our kids to make it as professionals in the real world. And that's a simple truth. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to become a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic, click on the link in the description and give what you can.